Seems like you have a very good relationship with Representative Olson.
It's been a very good relationship. I got introduced to Pete when he first started running. In fact, his campaign director, who had been on Tom DeLay's staff, gave me a call and said that she'd like to introduce me to Pete when he was running in the primary. And so I sat down with Pete for a couple hours one day and just visited with him on what his thoughts were, what he thought about credit unions, and just overall philosophical issues all the way around, and developed a real good relationship with him. Ended up working in his campaign, and it's worked out very well for us, and Pete has been very supportive of us in many areas, and hopefully we'll be able to now get him on the member business lending issue for us.
So that was, did you seem pretty receptive then to the member business lending?
I think he'll be very receptive, like anybody in office, until they have time to take a look at all the nuances of it. They're a little reluctant to commit, but I think in the next few weeks, as he has a chance to take a look at this bill and what it can do for members of the district, for credit union members around the country, I think he'll come around, and I think we can get him on the bill.
What were some of the other top issues that you brought up?
We talked to Pete about the interchange bill and what it will do for credit unions and our members themselves, that it's not a consumer issue as the business people would like to purport it to be, that it's just simply a way for them to line their pockets. He understands that. I've talked with him about that extensively before, and he'll be with us on that. The other issue that we talked to him about was the overdraft protection bill, and in that he understands how that's beneficial to our members, that the government doesn't need to be involved in helping them make decisions about how they handle their personal finances. In fact, that our members probably understand that pretty well. When you take a look at what the cost is to our members compared to what the cost would be if we hadn't paid that overdraft, he understands that they'd be paying significantly more if we just simply bounce that check instead of paying it for them. So he understands that. He'll be with us on that too, I'm sure.
Okay. What effect would the overdraft legislation have on your credit union if it passed?
A phenomenal effect. In our credit union, one of the things we've been very careful about is monitoring our members that utilize overdraft protection. We simply will not let them abuse it. If we see somebody that is abusing it, then we will literally take them off the program. But we realize also there's going to be times when they're going to make a mistake in that checkbook. It's the end of the pay period. They've run out of cash. They've got that prescription they need to get filled, or simply need food on the table, and they know that it's there for them, and so consequently they don't worry about it. They know that they're going to pay the fee, but they're willing to do that because at that particular point in time they need help, and that's what they have really appreciated. I can't tell you the number of members that have stopped us and told us how much they appreciate that, and if that got cut out from under them to where they had one per month, no more than 12 per year, they would go ballistic. And so we've got a great grassroots operation out there that we can need if we need to utilize that. Our members really appreciate that service that we provide in that respect.
Do you do a lot of business lending?
We do not do a lot of business lending in our shop at this point in time. We would love to get into it with the cap where it is and where the regulations are as far as the type of people that we would have to hire to run that type business. Right now, it doesn't make sense for us to try to get into it because then we'd be bumping up against the cap at our asset size, and the cost of running that program would not be beneficial to us. If we could get the cap raised to 25% of assets, then it would make sense for us to really get involved in it, and that's what we're hoping we can do.